Hi, this is going to be my review for The Mandalorian Episode 8, called The Redemption, directed by Taika Waititi. I'm not sure if I pronounced that, but moving on. Alright, this episode, it was good, but I feel like it had some really goofy moments. For example, in the beginning, it started off with like this. I don't know. It almost seemed like 5 minutes of these biker scouts just goofing off. Like, it was funny. I laughed at it. But I feel like one of the things that's kind of hurting this series a little bit is all the comedy, the comedic actors, the people who are not actors but for some reason are cast. Like, there's just too much of a comedy dynamic, and as much as it pains me to say this, as an amateur stand-up comedian, like, I hate saying that sort of thing, but like there was 5 minutes of just a biker scouts goofing off, and it almost seemed like they set the scene up around this joke, and all the stuff that had to happen in order for the joke to work just kind of sucked. Like, okay, there's these two biker scouts. They have Baby Yoda, and they stop at the outskirts of the Imperial base, and they're like, they get on the radio and they're like, "Hey, can we have permission to come back inside the base?" And it's just like, you left to go retrieve a thing that your boss wanted you to retrieve. Why do you need to go through this all this red tape or whatever it is to return the thing that your boss asked you to get? Like, they stop in the town and they're like, "Hey, can we have permission to come back in the base?" And they're like, "Hey, I don't know if we can have you can have permission to come back in the base because the big boss man who got here seconds earlier, he killed like 12 people since he got here." Yeah, I'm not sure. We gotta check with some other people to make sure it's okay for you to come back inside the base with the thing that our boss told you to get. And they're going back and forth, and they're like, "Oh yeah, can we can we get it?" It was dumb. Like, they were going back and forth about whether or not they could return to the base, and then there was like, "Oh, we got." One guy's like, "I got Baby Yoda in this bag." And the other biker scout's like, "Oh, can I take a look at Baby Yoda?" And they're like, "No way you can have a look at the thing that we just got. What are you, crazy? The big boss man's killing people over there. You're not looking at this thing." And then meanwhile he's punching Baby Yoda in the bag, like he's in the bag. He's punching the bag every time Baby Yoda moves. And then they're like, "Oh, Baby Yoda, stop moving. We gotta make sure and make sure he's alive." And the guy's like, "No way, you can't look at him. You can't look at him to make sure he's alive. The big boss man's killing people over there." And it's like, what? Don't you want to confirm that you have the thing? What's the big deal? But they're like, they were just making all this comedic ridiculousness, and then like there's this other part where they're like, there's like a can or something, or a rock, I forget what it is, and one of the biker scouts takes out his pistol and aims and takes a shot at it, and the blaster bolt goes over here, and then he shoots again and it goes over there, and I laughed at that too, but it's like, I don't know, it would just seem so ridiculous, because everybody makes jokes about how stormtroopers can't shoot, and the other guy was like, "Yeah, this guy can't shoot, I'm gonna show him how it's done." So he pulls out his blaster and takes a shot at it, and he misses too. It's like, why? It's really wide. And it's just like, what the hell is going on? These biker scouts, what are they, a comedy duo in Star Wars? Like, enough of this stupid Marvel sense of humor. Yeah, it was just dumb. I don't know, like, it made me laugh, but it's like, I also laughed at the "your mama" jokes at the beginning of Last Jedi. Yeah, it's funny, but I don't know, I kind of feel it's like it takes away from the tension. Alright, so finally, I don't want to spoil it, but these two guys, their issue is resolved because another character comes in and does it. But it almost seemed like the whole comedic little performance that they put on, it just seemed like a clunky, clumsy plot device to just get, to give the good guys the upper hand again. Yeah, I laughed, but it just seemed like stupid writing. Like a stupid plot device. Okay, and so, like, in the previous episode, if memory serves, the main big boss man, Moff Gideon, came down to the bunker where the Mandalorian and Cara Dune and Grieve Karga, or whatever his name is, Carl Weathers, were holed up, and the place was surrounded by stormtroopers. It was surrounded by these death troopers, or whatever they're called, the black stormtroopers, and things were not looking good for them. And so Moff Gideon's out there standing in front of the building. We watched him get out of his TIE fighter, walk up to the building, and start making negotiations with the people inside the building. And that's where the episode ended. This episode starts, we have this whole stormtrooper comedy duo scene, and they're talking about how, Grieve Karga killed like 12 people. And when that scene is resolved, it goes back to the shot of Moff Gideon still standing in front of the building with all the stormtroopers around. So that, like, the way it was cut made it seem like the scene where we left off in the previous episode and the scene where we see Moff Gideon now, like, that was fluid. It was instantaneous. We saw Moff Gideon, we cut to the stormtroopers, then we talk about how he's killed 12 people, and then we cut back to Moff Gideon. It seemed like the progression of events would have happened in seconds. So Moff Gideon killed 12 stormtroopers in the instant it took or the minute or two that it took for us to go to the stormtrooper comedy act. It was stupid. There were no dead stormtroopers lying around at his feet. I don't know. It was just bad. It was just badly done. Like, they just shoehorned this comedy act into a series of events where it didn't even fit. Okay, that was stupid. I kind of liked how I don't know, like the IG unit comes to their rescue, and he's speeding around on a speeder bike shooting people, and I don't know, it was kind of weird, like, how powerful they made this guy. I mean, he's a robot. Like, I imagine the Terminator, if he walked in, he would do just as well. Like, the IG unit kind of seems like a robot Terminator. Like, it just doesn't have the Arnold Schwarzenegger human flesh on the outside. Anyway, he comes in and makes them escape. I guess that didn't bother me too much. But anyway, the heroes go back and they go down into the Mandalorian subterranean base, and they brought back the lady priestess Mandalorian, and she was kind of cool. I like that character. Like, I feel like I almost wish she was in it more instead of Cara Dune. Like, Cara Dune doesn't bother me as much now because they don't focus on her being this badass every second of the day. Now I feel like she's falling into more of she's doing the job. Like, she's just kind of doing what needs to be done. She's not posturing and posing as much, and I feel like she's sort of growing on me. But I still think that having, like, comedic actors and MMA fighters in the movie who aren't, where acting is not their specialty, I feel like that takes a lot away from the story. But anyway, there was a cool scene with the priestess armorer blacksmith lady. I hope she is in more episodes because I like her. I feel like she's like not overacting. She's just cool, collected, Spock-like, does what she needs to do. She's not, chewing the scenery. I think that's the term. What else? There was, the one thing I don't like about video games and movies is that anytime there's lava, they just walk right up to the lava and they're, here's a boat. There's a boat sitting in the lava. Let's just get in the boat, and we're going to get in the boat, and there's lava all around us, and we're like, and the only thing they said was, oh yeah, just be careful, there's lava, like watch your step. But if you watch like a documentary on volcanoes, if you want to go anywhere near lava, you have to have like a full body suit, a mask, and even then, with all that, you're still cooking in your lava suit. Like if you want to walk up to the edge of a river of lava, you got to have all this gear on, and even then, you're boiling in your suit. But these guys are just, oh, there's a boat in the lava. Let's get in the boat and just take a boat ride on the freaking lava. And I don't know. That's something that always bothers me. Video games always do that. Lots of movies do that where, oh, we're standing on rocks that are crumbling into lava, but like our skin isn't being burned off. You can't go near lava. It's lava. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to harp on that too much because like people like Hollywood does not know about lava, and most people don't know anything about lava. So I don't know. I guess I'll give it a pass, but it's just so dumb. You can't go near lava. You have to stay far away from lava. It's boiling molten rock. It's got to be hot enough for it to melt rock. It's going to melt your face off. It's going to melt you. It's going to kill you. But at the very least, you're going to have horrible burns. Anyway, so there's this one part where the IG-11 robot was like, yeah, all my programming was gone, but for some reason they kept the IG unit, the Ugnaught, when he reprogrammed me, he kept the self-destruct mechanism thing. He removed, like, I don't know, like, why would the Ugnaught care about whether this new IG-11 unit was captured and the manufacturer? Why would he care about the manufacturing program? He deleted, like in the last episode it said everything about this IG-11 unit was deleted. He couldn't even walk around or stand. Like they had this montage of scenes where the IG-11 unit was learning to stand and walk again, and he needs to like be extra careful when he's picking up a cup because he'll crush it with his robotic strength. Like the programming that controlled picking something up, the programming that controlled him walking, that was all intact, but for some reason that was not intact, but for some reason the complicated programming of an IG-11 unit not wanting to be captured and initiating a self-destruct mechanism to avoid that, for some reason that was there? Why was that the only thing that was left over from the IG-11's previous life? I thought that was stupid. And then the IG-11 gets off of the lava boat and he steps down into the lava and he just starts walking through the lava. And I kind of just figured, like, why? I mean, it's possible that the metal that he's made with is... it deflects blaster bolts. Maybe it's a super futuristic type of metal. But I just kind of felt like, why isn't he doing the Arnold Schwarzenegger maneuver where he sinks down into the lava and then, like, there's a thumb? I don't know. It just seemed sloppy writing, and it's kind of dumb. The one thing I've been thinking about with these Mandalorian episodes is, like, how much of the stupidity is the director and how much of it is the writer. Because when the script was when Jon Favreau wrote the script, did he say, okay, now they're I imagine he must have written the lava boat scene, and then okay, and the IG-11 unit gets down and walks through the lava. Did he write? Did IG-11 did he just write like IG-11 gets out of the boat and moves toward the stormtroopers, or did he write IG-11 steps into the lava and walks through the lava? Like I don't know. I don't know how much of the what to attribute to Taika Waititi and what to attribute to Jon Favreau. Because like Taika Waititi, I believe he wrote the second episode, which is one of my favorites. But then this one, it was okay. I mean, it had a lot of stupid things that made me annoyed, but maybe that's Jon Favreau's fault. I don't know. I like as far as Taika Waititi is concerned, I don't know, like, is he a good director or is he just directing stupid writing? Anyway, what else? There was a pretty cool fight scene at the end. The Mandalorian had to like fight the main boss man, and I don't want to spoil it, but I thought that was kind of cool. Like it had kind of had that weird James Bond element that I was complaining about in previous reviews, where like somebody gives him a gadget, he uses that gadget to get out of a jam, and I don't know if there's something. I don't know if I'm just critical of that because I've heard other people talk about how that's a James Bond cliche, and it's kind of becoming. I don't know if it's only. I feel like it's only happened like 2 times in this series, so maybe it's not a Mandalorian cliche. But I don't know. It kind of seems like the hand of God coming down to solve your problems. But I don't know. Maybe a little bit of that has to creep into a story on occasion. But anyway, the Mandalorians. We got to see his face for the first time, and I don't know. I guess it was kind of cool. Pedro Pascal looks how he looks. He does look kind of like the cast of one of the cast of Friends. Like they took the helmet off, and I was like, oh, what is that? Joey Tribbiani? What is that? Chandler? Like he kind of has that Friends look. But when we got to meet the other members of the Mandalorian sub cult in the subterranean base, it kind of made it seem like there were Mandalorians who were tougher than him, and they kind of looked down on him like he was the runt of the litter of the Mandalorians. So I don't know, maybe that works. Like at first I was like, is he miscast? But I don't know. He is kind of like the runt of the litter as far as Mandalorian's concerned. His voice acting is good. Like he has the kind of jaded, procedural type of personality that you'd expect to see from a person like that. So I don't know. He seems cool. I guess that's all I really have to complain about. If I had to give this one a score, how much do I hate the lava? How much do I hate the Biker Scout comedy bit in the beginning? I feel like those 2 things were really stupid, but you kind of like the rest of it was decent. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a B-. Yeah, B-. Alright, I guess that's it. I'm done. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.